All right, so this is a suggestion via Patreon. The name of the video is You're Glorifying Obesity. Let's check it out, guys. This is coming from Piers Morgan, guys.
Welcome back. Damning figures today revealed that obesity costs British taxpayers almost £14 billion a year. Obese patients cost the British Health Service twice as much as those of a healthy weight. But the body positivity
I can imagine
movement preaches that fat is now fabulous, and that its craze is fatfluencers who rake in cash by boasting about, well, being fat.
What I eat a day is a fat bitch. Let's go. I don't know how many times I have to tell you bitches, I'm gonna start my morning off with a Starbucks iced coffee.
And I had a Mackey's, and then I had a few mouthfuls of this cake, but it wasn't as...
Are people really making content out of this, guys? Oh, no.
Really? That's what people are watching? Apparently.
Who's watching it, guys?
TikTokers like my next guest are putting the pound in excess pounds.
The new Hot 30i is just $89.99.
This man.
Do you like sweets?
This man is holding up like a pound of candy with each one of his chest. Let's see, guys. It's wild. Listen, here's the thing, guys. Do whatever you want to do, obviously, guys. I'm not going to sit here and judge someone for their overall actions, unless it's like harming someone else. But this absolutely seems to be harming someone else just by encountering it, guys. I'm a big boy. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, please be like me. Sit down basically all day and make videos. I'm not going to say that, guys, right? But guys, they are absolutely glorifying obesity. If that's the case, if this is what the conversation is about, they're glorifying it and they're doing it for views, right? Like it's the same reason why people watch like My 600 Pound Life and things like that, guys. The majority of people that are watching it are probably not even that big. I'm gonna let you guys know. Like it's like going to the zoo almost. No offense, obviously, but that's kind of what it probably is, guys.
Well, you can get 2 kilos of sweets for £10.
Promoting obesity.
No, I'm promoting a good deal. $25.99 for 63 rolls of toilet paper. A donut maker from Tower. All of these products have 2-year warranty. A candy floss maker. And a chocolate fountain.
Okay. So I'm joined by TikTok star George Keyman, who you just saw there, and Sienna.
Bargains.
Huh?
That's what I say, bargains.
Bargains, all right. And his wife, Sienna, and the host of the Blair White Project, Blair. Well, okay, listen. Blair, I'll come to you in a moment. First of all right, George, let me get some stats.
Yeah.
Let's go.
If you don't mind me asking, how much do you weigh?
Look, I'm not going to talk about numbers because the thing is, I
think you should.
No, the thing is, if I give you
somewhere around 500 pounds.
The number of how much I weigh, it's going to be all over the Sun, all those trashy newspapers tomorrow morning. I don't need it. Don't need it.
Well, you don't need it. You're on TikTok every day showing us how big you are.
Yeah, and look,
and you're proud of it.
No. There's a difference.
And that's the thing, guys. Like, first of all, Piers, I don't think he's ever been like to the point where he's even my size or even his size, right? So he doesn't really know. I wouldn't say that his life is extremely comfortable. I can only imagine if I was to put on, bro, like 250 more pounds, guys. I don't know, bro. That's rough. I'm already I'm tired of this, guys, right? The majority of my life, I've been sitting around like 190 to maybe 215, but this is when I was like kind of in the middle of like powerlifting and bodybuilding these days of my life, right? But then after you stop, guys, it just melts, and that's exactly what happened, right? It melted. But I definitely will not say that his life is extremely easy based off of his size. I'm guessing most likely complications with like sleep apnea, high blood pressure, most likely pre-diabetic even, guys. There are a couple of things that are outside looking in. So I don't think that people that are generally this size or that size, right, are happy with themselves like that. But I do think that most likely they're doing all these things online because they're looking for just some outlet of happiness, if that makes any sense, guys.
There's proud, and then there's just being positive in my own skin, and that's what I am.
Right.
I'm not proud to be fat.
Would you accept that by medical definition you are morbidly obese?
Look,
Obviously.
if that's what medically you want to call it, then call it.
Well, no,
It's fine.
you
It's
know
not-
your weight, I don't.
No. But that's, yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
Right, so here's
You could
my
say
issue
that.
with this body positivity thing. People shouldn't be celebrating being morbidly obese, in my estimation.
But that's the...
He's right.
Because actually, it is a dangerous condition that causes
Absolutely.
many people to die.
Look,
You're going to live a very short life. I know it. And this is kind of why I'm like, okay, listen, I am on YouTube doing all these things. I generally sit and record maybe 10 to 12 hours of it every single day, guys, right? To the point where I literally built a new studio. I'm currently building one where I'm standing up. I've got like literally a stand-up studio, right? That can kind of mitigate some of the sitting. I don't generally eat a lot. So that's, it's really due to me literally sitting and not moving all day. I know what the problem is, right? And when I do eat, it's maybe the calories are too high for the amount of exerted energy that I'm doing, because again, I sit all day long, right? Oh man, guys, I think that, guys, I'm trying to be like diplomatic here, guys, because I'm telling you, I know my situation, and I know factually that he's not extremely comfortable, bro. Yeah, he's looking for something on the outside that can kind of bring in some type of, positivity into his life, guys.
You've got a fair point. It is dangerous. It can lead to dangerous issues, which could, diabetes and so on. And that is an issue. But we don't encourage gaining weight. There's a difference between the videos you just showed on the screen
Come
and
off
what we're
it, George.
talking about now.
You're still
I don't know, bro.
These TikToks are all geared to you.
No. You're showing people encouraging eating food. I'm just saying, wow, look at the pizza. Look, it's from Costco. It's
No,
nice.
you're not. You're not.
That's
You
what
are.
I'm doing.
Sorry, George.
That's what I'm doing.
You are glorifying
Glorifying.
scoffing.
It's called taking
Right,
a piss.
endless-
That's what it is.
Well, maybe, but
That's what it is.
I
It's-
don't
it's
think-
having a laugh
Taking
and
a
not taking
piss.
yourself too
Why is
seriously.
Why is it funny?
Because it is funny. You know it is funny.
It's
You had a
not
little
funny.
smirk yourself before.
I actually don't
you
find
see
this
it
kind of thing
yourself.
funny. I think
No,
it's,
come on.
I actually think it's quite sad.
It's not sad. It's comedy.
Let me bring him.
It's
let me,
satire comedy.
Well, maybe.
You know it is. You know it is.
I'm not-
You know it is, Piers. I've been an actor for 13 years.
George,
you know
George.
damn right I know how this industry works.
George, I'll come back to you in a
Please,
moment.
come on.
Let me just go to Blair White in Austin, in Texas. Blair, I do have a problem with this because I think it's celebrating a dangerous health condition. And if you're an influencer, why would you want to influence people to think that that is A, funny, entertaining, and B, something they want to do?
Well, you should have an issue with it. My opinion is that the fat positivity movement is a death cult. I'm all about living my life on my own terms, being happy, finding a partner that makes me happy. But, life is short, so you have to find happiness. But what cuts it in half is being obese. Your life will literally end halfway of the length that you would live being obese. And so promoting it, you wouldn't be able to be anorexic on TikTok and not get comments about how you need to eat a cheeseburger, how you need to gain weight. And you can write it off as trolls, but it's the truth. I've seen...
Guys, I hear what the person is saying here, guys. I get that. But the problem is that no matter what you do in life, there's always going to be someone that's going to say the opposite, right? So that's really not a really good example. I mean, yeah, someone who is extremely anorexic, they're going to get comments. Someone who is morbidly obese, of course, they're going to get comments. Because you should read some of my comments that get held for review from YouTube, right? YouTube literally crawls the AI and just takes out all of disrespectful comments instantly and automatically. Nothing to do with me. But either way, you're always going to get hate no matter what you're doing. So just do it. I think that's probably what the guy is basically saying in his head, oh, who cares? Even if I do this, I'm still going to get some type of, backlash. But the difference is that honestly, seriously, being morbidly obese is not a good thing. You're going to literally have your life extinguished earlier than it needs to be, right? And pretty much the same thing with, extreme anorexia.
Some TikToks made by him where he is addressing people telling him that he needs to lose weight as trolls and sort of making fun of it. And I just wonder, is it really trolls? I mean, certainly there are mean people on the internet, but there is some truth to it.
Welcome to the internet.
I know that he is a father, and the idea that you will, in all likelihood, in all certainty actually, not live past 50, 60 years old is an issue. So for me, you know, okay.
Yeah, I know, I hear you. I know, that's my view. I want to bring in Sienna, your wife. You've been listening to this.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable completely? When you see the statistics about obesity in this country, the cost to the NHS, what it costs the country,
Yeah.
are you comfortable about this?
The way I see it is, firstly, just us personally, we have private healthcare, so the NHS isn't a thing for us. I do understand that it is costing the NHS a lot. I think it's a bigger problem to address, though. I think it's about educating people when they're young to make healthy food choices. I think a lot of the time when you grow up in poverty, like George and I have, a lot of the time you don't have the healthiest options.
Yeah, but my response to that...
That's a good point. Because a lot of the times, if you're growing up in like abject poverty, you're most likely growing up in a neighborhood that is some type of desert in some type of way, right? So be it a food desert, that's a real thing. That means that your food intake when you're young, like what you're getting used to eating, is going to be trash coming from like the corner store or a convenience store. Okay, I mean, that's a point. I didn't even realize that as something that could be it, but yeah, that could be something there, guys. I feel like that should probably be studied. That's a really good point that's being made here. Like if your youth is you taking in and just intaking trash, of course you're going to consistently, once you grow up and actually have a little bit of money in your pocket, you're going to keep buying trash. So maybe we need to fix the food deserts in places that are like plagued with abject poverty.
That would be, okay, but you've managed not to end up as George has weight-wise. And I don't mean to denigrate you, George.
That could be also genes, guys.
Genetics, though, couldn't it?
No.
End up as George has weight-wise. And I don't mean to denigrate you, George.
Could be genetics, though, couldn't it?
No, it's not.
It could be enough.
What it
I don't think
is,
it's genetics, is it?
Yeah, I think in her case it is. I think that she right now is probably carrying the most weight that she can probably carry on her frame, guys. Just to do basically based off of like the neck, her neck. I can definitely tell you that she is probably carrying the most that she can actually carry. So she actually is just a thin, genetically thin, predisposed, woman. Like for example, I have a cousin, right, that is extremely, extremely skinny. Right, and I mean compared to the rest of my family, she's really small, right? And yet she, for some reason, right, because her father is like an extremely thin man, right? And it just so happens that she eats more than everyone else, and she just somehow maintains a 5'10", 130-pound frame. She just so happens to be able to maintain that while out eating everyone. And it's not activity. It's not like energy exerted. Not really with her. That's not the case. She's extremely lazy, right? In terms of physical activity. So a lot of it can be just overall genetics, guys.
No, I believe it's because my parents were like cool hippie vegetarians, whereas George's were not.
But are you comfortable? You've got a son, right? Are you comfortable about his current weight? Do you think when he does this stuff on TikTok, are you really laughing or are you concerned about him?
I'm concerned not so much about his weight, but more about his well-being and,
Well, the two go hand in hand.
Sienna, you definitely glorify it, Sienna, and you guys post videos where you're juggling his fat and you talk about how attractive it is. And for me, when I look for a romantic partner...
I cannot place this person's accent, guys.
No one knows what gets
I look for someone that would make me a better version of myself.
Well, yeah,
not
but George, the point Blair's making is a sound one. You say it's to get views. We know that.
Yeah, of course.
And you're making money from it.
Of course.
But the question is, there's no incentive for you to actually lose any weight because at that stage,
Well, actually-
your TikTok persona
George is actually on a weight loss journey, and I fully support that. I think it's more like having a laugh at yourself, making the best of
pull me around to your side, George. If you now flipped with this big audience you've got, and rather than gorging yourself every day on pizzas and donuts.
But that's not what I do, Piers.
But people laughing at you.
But that's
Why
not what
don't
I
you
do.
actually go on a fitness regime and show people
Piers,
how to lose weight?
If people actually knew what I was thinking and what I'm doing, I'm actually going to be doing it as Zemic needles, privately as well, before you...
Bro, that's not a good thing. That's like cheat. That's like a cheating fast weight loss. It's like they're taking medicine from diabetics to do something that is going to kind of force them to lose weight, like medically and chemically. All right, is that a good thing for quick, fast weight loss? Sure, but you're just going to gain that back once you stop taking that medicine, guys. That is not a good thing, right? I will never stand behind those quick fixes, guys. I mean, a quick fix is always that just means you're going to gain your weight back even more and like faster
as well before you start. So all of these things, we're paying out of our own money. We don't cost anyone anything.
How much are you making out of the TikTok?
A lot of money.
Like what?
A lot of money, over 100 grand.
A year?
Over 100 grand a year.
I'm surprised with that number because TikTok is terrifying with income, guys. All right? I'm surprised.
Out of the TikTok?
A lot of money.
Like what?
A lot of money, over 100 grand.
I'm guessing that's probably sponsors, just not TikTok. So I'm telling you right now, based off of the income model that TikTok has set up, I can almost doubt that money is like being like the check that he gets in terms of his royalty check. I can definitely tell you that it's not $100,000 or 100,000 pounds, right? By the end of the year, I can almost promise you that. It's probably sponsorships and all types of other outside things, affiliate marketing, etc. But Piers specifically said TikTok, not all these other outside ventures. TikTok was probably like 10 to 15,000.
A year. Over 100 grand a year.
So there's no incentive to lose weight, is there?
No, but it doesn't derive
loss
straight
But you're
from
right.
that. That's
He's
from
right.
my sales.
Well.
And that's with the collaborations and
Okay, you see? Okay, you see what I'm saying here, guys? Like, TikTok is so terrible as an income base, guys. It's terrible. Like, you might as well not even bother doing it and just go get a job if that's what you want to do. Or come to YouTube. YouTube has a better pay model, generally. But yeah, he's getting paid from collaborations and all type of affiliate marketings and all those other things. I get it.
No, but it doesn't derive straight from that. That's from my sales.
Well.
And that's with the collaborations and the deals
You
that I have
don't even
outside
want
of
to
it.
tell me how much you weigh.
I don't need to.
Are you ashamed of it?
Oh, I'm not
I don't
ashamed.
really
why don't you
understand
tell
how
me?
you can
Why
join
should I
a
feel ashamed?
panel about
When you put a number and you
obesity
put a
and
label on
about
it,
weight
it
and
just-
not
Okay,
disclose
Blair,
your
final word
weight.
to you.
I just don't know why he would come on a panel discussing weight and body positivity, fat positivity, and not
Okay.
actually revealing the
I agree.
his number
Blair,
of his weight.
No, it's smart. It's definitely smart that he didn't.
Guys,
point
I'm
of
sorry,
that
I run out of
video?
time. Thank you, all of you, very much indeed.
Yeah, guys. So listen. So it's definitely smart that he did not do that because again, he's right with when he said earlier in the video. Like, why would I tell you this? Because then it's going to be all over the blogs and things like that, guys. Absolutely, do not do that because if you're already being slightly attacked for this, why add more fuel to the fire? I don't think he's ashamed of it. I think first of all, this man is with no shirt on, holding copious pounds of candy underneath his chest. I think he has no shame. All right. It is not about that. That's definitely a smart strategic move. I think if I was on his team, I would have probably told him the same thing, not to do that very specific thing. Seriously. Because once you put a number on it, things change, guys, right? But I can, I would say he's around 500 pounds. But yeah, in fact, his content is kind of glorifying it. Piers is also right when he said, there's nothing stopping you. Like there's nothing like in the way of stopping you from continuing to do this because now you're making money from it. So now you're going to continue doing this to continue making money. He's not wrong. He's going to continue doing it. He's getting paid to glorify obesity by all definitions. But, all right, listen, let me know in the comments of the next thing I should be checking out, and I will get into that as soon as I possibly can, all right? And listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day, and enjoy your day thoroughly.